So listen to this very carefully. What are the principles of kidney transplantation? First of all, the first kidney transplantation was performed in 1954 by Dr. Charles, okay, in United States. Okay? But in India, now listen to this very carefully. First was performed in 1954 by Dr. Charles, and it was done between two identical twins. It was done between two identical twins. Okay, so the first kidney transplant was done between two identical twins. Okay, now in India, the first transplant was done in 1971 and it was done in CMC Vellore, मतलब Christian Medical College Vellore. ठीक है, it was done in CMC Vellore. ठीक है, now listen to this very carefully. What are the requisite? Okay, what are the requisite for a kidney transplantation? First of all, in kidney transplantation, there are certain characteristics of the donor. Okay, there should be certain characteristics of the donor. What are the characteristics? What I have written? Yeah. What are the characteristics of the donor? Listen to this very carefully. First of all, there is autograft, and second, there is allograft. Okay, now what do you mean by autograft and what do you mean by allograft? Okay, what do you mean by autograft and what do you mean by allograft? Autograft means whenever the graft is taken, graft matlab whenever the kidney is taken from identical person, okay, from identical twins, okay, whenever it can is taken from identical twins or first degree relative, okay, or first degree relative, okay, then you'll call it autograft. Okay, then you'll call it autograft or any person, okay, or any person with certain matching, then you'll call it autograft. So whenever the kidney is taken from identical twin, first degree relative or any person, first degree relative means siblings, yes or no, then you'll call it autograft. Okay, and what is allograft? Whenever the kidney is taken from a cadaver, whenever the kidney is taken from a cadaver, cadaver means a dead person, yes or no, cadaver means a dead person, a person who is dead but the kidney is functional, then we call it cadaver. So whenever the kidney is taken from a cadaver and it is placed inside a living body, we will call it allograft. Autograft means identical twin, first degree relative, person, sibling, autograft. ठीक है ना? And whenever it is taken from cadaver, we call it allograft. Yes or no? Now, what are the characteristics of the donor? Should be basic characteristic between the donors. First of all, there should be a matching that should be done, which is called as the matching between donors and recipients. So, donors and recipient matching should be done. Yes or no? Donors and the recipient matching should be done. Yes or no? Now, what are the donors and the recipient matching? First of all, the blood group is matched. Yes or no? First of all, the blood group is matched between the donors and the recipient. Yes or no? Second, antibodies are matched. Second, antibodies are matched. Antibodies, how the antibodies are matched? Suppose the donor blood is taken, the recipient blood is taken, these two blood is put in a test tube and see if there is any reaction. Antibody reaction. If there is any antibody reaction that is taken place. Then RH matching should be done. Yes or no? RH matching should be done as we had seen in the previous lectures also. Then HLA matching is done. This is the most important. HLA matching is done, and HLA matching is the most important thing. What is this HLA matching? This HLA means human leukocyte antigen. Human leukocyte antigen. तो इसका मतलब क्या? This is the antigen that is present in the surface of WBC. तो WBC के surface में जो antigen होता है उसका matching होता है. Generally there are 6 HLAs in one person. Okay, 3 comes from father and 3 comes from mother. So generally there are 6 HLAs in one person and these HLAs are matched. और अगर ये सब कुछ सही रहा then only the donor and recipient matching is done, then only the person is eligible to get a transplant. ये सुन ऐसे ही नहीं कि डायरेक्ट ट्रांसप्लांट हो जाएगा, ये अगर सब कुछ एलिजिबल हुआ, मैच हो गया, then the person is eligible for the transplantation procedure to continue. ठीक है, डन ना. Next, there are certain conditions in which this transplantation generally occurs. ठीक है, there are certain conditions in which the transplantation must be occur. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो ग्राफ्ट लिया जाएगा ना, ग्राफ्ट मतलब द डोनर किडनी. ओके, व्हेनेवर द ग्राफ्ट इज टेकन, द ग्राफ्ट इज पूल्ड. Okay, the graft is pooled with, listen to this very carefully, the graft is pooled with mannitol. किससे पूल किया जाएगा? mannitol. Now what is mannitol? Mannitol is a osmotic diuretic. ठीक है, mannitol क्या है? mannitol इज डायूरेसिस करता है. डायूरेसिस समझते हो? डायूरेसिस मतलब रिमूवल ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम द बॉडी. एंटी डायूरेसिस मींस एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम द बॉडी. सपोज मान लो किसी का इडेमा हो गया, ठीक है, किसी का इडेमा हो गया मतलब फ्लूइड ज्यादा एक्यूमुलेट हो गया बॉडी में, तो ये फ्लूइड को मुझे बाहर निकलना है, तो मैं मैनिटोल देता हूँ. मैनिटोल क्या करता है? इट रिमूव्स एक्सेस ऑफ फ्लूइड. ठीक है, सो इस किडनी को पहले कूल किया जाता है विथ मैनिटोल. ठीक है, कूल करने के बाद दिस किडनी शुड बी दिस किडनी इज stored in iced water. Yes or no? It is stored in iced water. इसके बाद it should be transplanted within 48 hours. Yes or no? It should be transplanted within 48 hours. Transplantation होना चाहिए. Yes or no? Within 48 hours transplantation process should be completed. समझ में आया? तो ग्राफ्ट लिया, ग्राफ्ट को कूल किया विथ मैनिटोल, इसके बाद it is stored in iced water, then it should be transplanted within 48 hours. Yes or no? समझ में आ गया ना बात? So that's how the transplantation process should start. Now how the actual process generally take place? Suppose मान लो this is the right kidney and this is your left kidney. Okay, so this is your right kidney, this is your left kidney, and in the above the kidney there is presence of the two glands that you know. What is the name of these two glands? This is your adrenal gland. Yes or no? This is your adrenal gland. Now we know that in the kidney there is a basic blood supply. Yes or no? Basically the blood comes from the aorta. Yes or no? These are all the branches of aorta. Yes or no? These are the branches of aorta. Yes or no? These are the branches of aorta. और इससे इधर से क्या निकलेगा? From here the veins will come out. Yes or no? From here the veins will go out. Yes or no? Here also the veins will go out. है ना? And all this will together forms. Yes or no? And all this will together forms the great vein. Yes or no? So we have the renal artery, we have the renal vein which will joins to form. This is your inferior vena cava, and this is the branches of aorta, which is the iliac artery, and it's a branch of iliac artery. Okay, whatever. Just remember that this is a branch of the aorta from where the blood is coming. This is the renal artery. These two are the renal artery. These two are the renal vein. Renal vein joins in the vena cava. Yes or no? Renal vein joins in the vena cava, and from here we know that your two ureter will come. Yes or no? And this two ureter will finally open into the urinary bladder, and this is called as the trigone of the bladder. Yes or no? This is called as the trigone of bladder. Generally what occurs? Generally what happens? The new kidney that is placed, the new kidney, there is an attempt to place the new kidney as close to the bladder as possible. सपोज मान लो जो नया किडनी लाया जाएगा, दैट किडनी, सपोज दिस इज द न्यू किडनी. ठीक है, दिस किडनी इज प्लेस्ड क्लोजर, प्रीटी मच क्लोजर टू द ब्लैडर, बिकॉज दिस किडनी दैट विल बी टेकन, इस किडनी के पास रेनल आर्टरी का ब्रांचेस होगा. यस और नो? इसके पास रेनल वेन का भी ब्रांचेस होगा. ठीक है ना? अब डॉक्टर क्या करेगा? डॉक्टर विल डू एनास्टोमोसिस. व्हाट दे विल डू? दे विल डू एनास्टोमोसिस. सपोज दिस इज द कॉमन इलियाक, दिस इज द इलियाक आर्टरी, मतलब आउटा का जो ब्रांच नीचे जाएगा वो उसका नाम होता है आइलियक आर्टरी. सो इस आइलियक आर्टरी के साथ इसका एनास्टोमोसिस करेगा, ब्रांच को अटैच कर देगा, दो ब्रांच को एक साथ अटैच कर देगा, तो ब्लड सप्लाई एस्टेब्लिश हो गया ना. ये सुनो, ब्लड सप्लाई एस्टेब्लिश हो गया ना. और इधर से सपोज मान लो देयर इज द वेना कावा दैट आर गोइंग, और इस वेना कावा के साथ इस वेना कावा का अटैचमेंट कर देगा. तो अटैचमेंट करेगा तो दिस किडनी हैज नाउ बिकम फंक्शनल. और ये जो अटैचमेंट किया इस प्रोसेस को हम क्या बोलते हैं, एनास्टोमोसिस। Yes or no? This process is called as anastomosis, means attachment of the two vessel. Yes or no? और सुचर करो, सुचर 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 करो, स्टिचिंग करो। ओके, एंड इसके बाद इसमें क्या है, देयर इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ, लिसन टू दिस वेरी केयरफुली, देयर इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ दिस यूरेटर। Yes or no? There is presence of this ureter. Yes or no? And this ureter is now taken close to the urinary bladder and it is sutured. ठीक है ना? तो जो किडनी मिलेगा उसके साथ रेनल आर्टरी का कुछ पोर्शन मिलेगा, रेनल वेन का कुछ पोर्शन मिलेगा, यूरेटर का कुछ पोर्शन मिलेगा, and that portion of ureter is now stitched or attached to the urinary bladder directly. That's why it is placed lower, so that ureter could come inside the urinary bladder. ठीक है? And that's how this kidney is established. And now this kidney will function normally. मैंने बोला this is the right, suppose मान लो this is the right kidney and this is the left kidney. Yes or no? Now this is the new kidney that is placed. This is your aorta. Yes or no? Aorta divides to form renal artery. It forms. This is also renal artery. Yes or no? This is the renal vein, right renal, left renal vein, and this is the left renal, right renal vein. Yes or no? So this is the renal vein. Now this renal vein will joins to form the vena cavas. Yes or no? And this is your aorta. Aorta का जो ब्रांच नीचे आता है इसको हम बोलते हैं आइलियक आर्टरी। इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, आइलियक आर्टरी। ठीक है, जो ब्रांच नीचे आता है। अब ये ब्रांच नीचे आ रहा है ना आर्टरी का, अब इस ब्रांच के साथ जो नया किडनी मिलेगा, दिस किडनी विल आल्सो हैव लिटिल अमाउंट, सपोज मान लो ये है इसका रेनल आर्टरी का ब्रांच, ये है इसका रेनल वेन का ब्रांच। जो आर्टरी नया में, जो किडनी नया मिलेगा उसमें भी तो काट पोर्शन मिलेगा ना, जब उसका बॉडी से काट किया तब तो कुछ पोर्शन मिलेगा ना, रेनल आर्टरी, रेनल वेन, यूरेटर का। अब इस जो काट पोर्शन मिला इसके साथ इस आर्टरी को खींच के एनास्टोमोस किया जाएगा। ठीक है, सुचरिंग किया जाएगा। तो इस रेनल आर्टरी के साथ इसका अटैचमेंट हो गया, रेनल वेन के साथ, मतलब वेना कावा के ब्रांच के साथ इसका अटैचमेंट हो गया, और यूरेटर जितना मिला, यूरेटर के साथ तो मैं किसी को अटैच नहीं कर सकता, तो यूरेटर, इसलिए यूरेटर बड़ा रखा जाता है, एंड द किडनी इज प्लेस्ड लोअर सो दैट यूरेटर डायरेक्टली कम इन यूरिनरी ब्लैडर। अब यूरिनरी ब्लैडर के साथ यूरेटर का सुचर कर दिया, नाउ दिस किडनी हैज बिकम फंक्शनल। Yes or no? So that's how the transplantation is done. हाँ हाँ हाँ, खराब kidney is placed like this. It won't do any work. It is placed like this. हाँ, it is remove करने तो कोई दरकार नहीं. It is placed like this. ठीक है.